BX Blackstone, only to pull back right now. Price pull into this area again, 131, 132. Will continue to push right into. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. If this is your first time, you are welcome to this channel. Well, as usual, we're going to be talking about stocks. We're going to be talking about what I will be buying this coming week and what I actually bought last week. Okay, with the market swinging left and right, you want to pretty much get into those long-term trade, those long-term portfolio, right? But before then, let's get into the map. Let's look at the broader sector, right? Looking at technology itself, you know that we're green. Looking at it, we're green across board, followed by consumer, healthcare, and as well as real estate. Okay, last week was really strong, but then we got some pullback around the telecom services and as well as industrials. Okay, so we're really down in that area. Amazon did pull back last week about 1.48%, and above all, we have LULU, which is down about 5%. I will be looking at picking some up around this area as well for long-term hold. Now, going back to that, I'm also looking at CLX. Okay, CLX actually did pull back, but I have my room down to about 130 to pick up for a long term. So keep an eye out on Clorox as well. I don't think these guys, they're gonna go out of business that soon. They also have dividend payment as well. Remember, this it's not a recommendation to buy or sell any stock or equity. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now we got that out of the way, we're good. And now let's dive in deep what the economic US calendar will be looking at. Right now, major report and Fed speakers. We got Sunday, which is pretty much Fed J Powell pre-recorded commencement remarks. This is because J Powell at this moment he has COVID, so he doesn't really want to expose COVID to other people, right? So that is gonna be pre-recorded remarks. On Monday, of course, we have Fed speakers as well. And Tuesday we have Cleveland Fed, continuation of Fed speakers, Boston Fed. Wednesday we're actually going to have our existing home sales, followed by the Fed's meeting as well. So we're going to know what's going to happen in terms of interest rate. Also, Thursday is going to be initial jobless claim with S&P Flash US manufacturing PMI. Friday we're going to have what? Durable goods. So consumer sentiment will be at 10 a.m. It's going to be a busy week, so just keep an eye out. The previous week was kind of really interesting because we had our PPI and CPI. Okay, looking at stock, I'm going to be looking at long-term stocks here, and they're going to be my long-term hold and my long-term play, so keep an eye out on the beautiful play. First year is going to be what? Coca-Cola. This is KO. KO right now is pulling back. I would love this to actually pull back to about 62 for my long-term pick again, because I have some, but I'll be looking to add around this area if we retest this 62-61 spot on that name. I already talked about Lululemon. We're looking at that spot there for long term. Clorox as well. We're looking at Clorox right around 130 for the peak for long term hold. Amazon at this point pulled back into the 20 SMA here, and looking at it on a stock chart. Now we see that Amazon pretty much is doing fantastic Right now we're just holding that 20 exponential moving average area with our view into 190. I think this can really bounce off this spot. We should be good to continue as the market continue to also rally. Next one I'm going looking at is ABNB. ABNB, we're looking at 145 as a support. Long term, this is also a good name if price can push to the upside back into covering or filling up that gap. Google as well been pushing to the upside. It been pushing and pushing to the upside. Right now my view on this name is 180 in the coming days. Boeing as well, I'll be looking for Boeing to really continue the momentum to the upside. Look for 190 in the coming days. If 200 doesn't come, then we're looking at the 200 exponential simple moving average, so look at that spot. Apple as well, we've been pushing to the upside. Right now the clear view for Apple for me is gonna be $200 on that. Name is Romeo. We're looking at 52 here, 52 break, 54 coming easily on that name. Uber, that is also another one I'll be looking at. Pretty much that downtrend break there on Uber. Next is gonna be CRWD. We're really breaking the 340 341 area right now. I'll be looking for this 3 candle play, which will really breaking right now. The next move is price to get back into the 355 or 360 on this name. Let's take a look at W day real quick as well. W day right now we're looking at price really breaking through resistance spot. Next spot on this name is going to be right there at 260 265 on that, so keep an eye out on that name. AMD at this point, you know what, AMD will really beginning to pick up steam here. 171 170, that is the spot to break, and then we'll push to the upside. Once this 171 172 break, then the next room right here is gonna be 180 on AMD. Next is gonna be O as in Oscar. I'm looking for price back into the $55 zone. From this spot, then we can continue to really push right to the upside, right into $60 spot. Next is gonna be a very small name that been gaining momentum, gaining steam because of them Reddit. 6.7 million traded. Right now we got back into the 115 zone, pulling back into this area. This is support. If that doesn't hold, we're looking at price back into 81 cents on that. Also pin interest as well, pushing to the upside. We got some gap that need to be filled. Keep an eye out. Overall 76%, we're still extended there. GME, looking at GME back down after that momentum push close to about $70 right here. On the tape we got 65, pulled back to the downside. I think the short sellers really did good on this name. Looking at BYND $7, that is going to be our support for that long-term pick, that long-term trade. MRNA being pushing to the upside. I picked up some around the 115 in anticipation of the move to the upside. Sold most of my position right now, just riding the remaining portion of my trade. BX as well. BX right now 132, that is the resistance, which we really got to that spot on BX Blackstone, only to pull back right now. Price pull into this area again, 131 132. Will continue to push right into 133 or 137. So keep an eye out. I think this can find support right around this area, 125 124 as our support on that. Macy's as well. Right now, got many stores with Macy's. We have this head and shoulder pattern, and that is our reversal. However, we're looking at resistance right around this $20 spot. If price can push through that spot, then we should be good to continue to push to the upside right into 21, 22 on Macy's. NVDA. Okay, we've been talking about NVIDIA for a while now, and last week I talked about NVIDIA breaking this downtrend. We actually did, and right now we got to this downtrend, second downtrend, 950 area, only to pull back to retest the 925. 923 area. Looking at support here, I think this can still continue to push to the upside on that name. As for the market, looking at the market at this point, we actually broke through levels right into making all-time highs, and at this point I'll be looking at a 3-bar play here, 530. That is going to be our resistance in the coming days. I think there's still, if this 525 hold as support, there's room for more to the upside on the market. So keep an eye out. Tesla as well. We're looking at Tesla downtrend, break, gap up. Trend right now 180 break will continue to push to the upside, but for now I think short sellers just keep on attacking this name. AMC also the same thing with GME pattern, pop, push to the upside only to pull back. I think offering is around that 350-ish or so, if I'm not mistaken. It's around the 3-ish, and you know, you never know what could go wrong or go right there, so keep an eye out on that. We are in the overbought zone, and I'm really not gonna be buying that anyways. MU, keep an eye out. Beautiful spot, 130 break will continue to push to the upside, but for now, you know, your first position is going to be this trend, as we're really keeping tab on this trend, and 120 is going to be our support on that name. Overall, looking at NVIDIA, we're going to be looking at NVIDIA, looking at some options trade on NVIDIA. I'm actually thinking about the June 7, and I'm looking at earnings play. They're really expensive on this name, but looking at traded level around the 980 spot, which is going to be about 3300 right there. 32.75 and 34.10, so roughly you get about 33. Okay, right, look at the last traded was 33.50. So keep an eye out on that as well. If you really want to go down to it, then you're gonna be looking at May 31 there, and you're gonna be looking at $1,000 strike price of 22. So you pretty much, you only have 50 cents as your spread. And looking at this name, looking at this, you know that volume is coming in there as well on this. So guys are looking at the 950, and also guys are looking at the $1,000 spot on NVIDIA, also followed by the 1050. So keep an eye out on that strike price in terms of NVIDIA call options. Anyway, thank you guys, thank you for your time, thank you for being here. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Peace and love. Bye bye.